Dog owners of Reddit, would you cut off 5 years of your own life and give these to your dog? If so, why? My family and I were on vacation at a cabin in Maine. Got caught walking up from the lake by a bear after dark. Couldn't tell it was a bear until it stood up and the motion light turned on. It was standing over 6 foot tall between us and the cabin. It fell forward onto its front feet, huffing. It made a noise like a dinosaur. Who shit my pants without a sound. My lazy shit dog launched an attack from behind the bear. I'm tearing up thinking about it. I ran the kids into the cabin, grabbed the rifle, and spent the next 5 minutes running through dark woods, trying to follow the sounds of my growling dog and a furious bear. The growling stopped, and I could hear the bear running off through the woods. My dog's name is Daisy. She's an English Bull Terrier. She was 15 years old at the time. It took 2 hours to find Daisy after the bear ran off. She had what looked like road rash along her sides. Her hip was broken, and her leg was crushed. She was curled next to a tree with her tail thumping the ground. Her white fur all shades of red and pink. This dog is afraid of the swiver. I love her so much. I owe Daisy 3 lives. Fuck 5 years. I need closure. Did she recover? Yes. She's still puttering around. She doesn't go for walks anymore because of injuries and old age. Just gave her a pork chop. She needs a bath. This is exactly the closure I needed. Give her a kiss and a treat from me. We can rest now. Imagine trying to do this deal only to find out that you have insufficient credits. The question is then how many days you're lacking. Guess you'd need to live like every day's the last one. Yes, I would give up more than half to have her here. I'm planning of offing myself once my dog passes. Always have a backup dog. Life, for me, isn't worth living without a dog. So keep them coming. There's plenty more dogs that also need you. Edit. Of course no dog can ever replace the dog you have now or had previously. That's stupid. The point was to always have a dog. Some people's lives depend on them. Would you jump out of an airplane with only one parachute? Of course not. Because you could easily die. That's why people have a backup. Possibly, but only if I could find out what age I was meant to die first. It would be a cruel twist if I agreed to this, only to find out that I was meant to die less than 5 years from now and not get to spend any more time with my dog. I might get stoned for this, but no. I love my 3 dogs dearly, and I will do so for the rest of their lives. To give each of them 5 years would mean 15 years less of mine. 15 years is another dog's lifetime. In 15 years I can have more sweet pups and thus save more dogs' lives as I only take from shelters or from the roadside. So being selfish and keeping the ones I love now for longer and letting future pups who need love as well die too soon or all alone. No. Let my darlings live their lives out happily. I will miss them all. But there is always another that need love again. That's my opinion. So no. I don't see why you get stoned for that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Whips a stone. The tears in my eye are really throwing off my aim. No, I would not. I love my dog. But she will have her own years and I will have mine. Thanks for the small grain of sanity you offer in this thread. I think it's extremely superficial to give your pet 5 years of your life. What comes after that? You acquire another dog, another pet, and you're gonna love it the same way you loved your previous pet. It's just how pets are, how it affects our weirdly wired brains. Nope. There's a few reasons, but at the end of the day my wife and family are much more important. I've had several dogs over the years, and I'm currently looking for another, and they're amazing animals, and I absolutely hate having to go through losing them, but the expectation is that you'll outlive your pets. I'd rather spend those last 5 years with my wife by my side, drinking JMOs and gingers, driving carts around in our senior community on our way to play shuffleboard with our friends. Same here. I love my dog, but I would never take years away from a life spent with my daughter and husband. Sorry buddy, but they come first. My dog can still live out a normal, happy life in the years he's been given. I considered an analog here. Children are supposed to outlive their parents, circle of life, etc. If you asked a child whether they would trade 5 years of their life to give a parent 5 more, many children might say yes. Their parents, on the other hand, 99% of them anyway, would say absolutely not. Fuck no. I'm not accepting 5 years of your life. My time is over. I gave my years to you so that you might enjoy life. I don't want them back. This is how I think dogs would look at it if given the chance. They give their love to us unconditionally. If they knew we were giving 5 years of our lives to them, they would be upset, not grateful. Does my dog get 5 healthy years or 5 elderly years? If he gets 5 healthy years, hell yeah. Especially if it's 5 elderly years of mine to get 5 healthy years for my dog. You will quickly age 5 years the minute you sign the contract. Does it work the other way around too? Can I kill puppies to gain extra life for myself? Better delete this comment before John Wick sees it. As much as most people would want 5 more years with their friend, I wouldn't want them to suffer or feel the pains of old age. Dogs live the length of life they do because that is their nature. Prolonging their lifespan just for personal reasons is selfish. Besides, while you might lose a part of yourself when you lose your friend, there is another doggo out there to help fill that hole in your heart, and especially so if you rescue them. Imagine doing this and then losing the dog in a divorce. That is why you have your S.O. Give 5 years and then divorce and try to get the dog. Yes, because my dog and my previous pets are the biggest reason I haven't committed suicide or got into drugs, etc. They are my antidepressant. And yes, I have family, friends, etc. But only dogs were always completely honest. I did own the cat once. That CNT would murder me in my sleep. Tough. Dogs are always with you, happy or sad. Dogs love you more than they love themselves. You can tell how young people are by how flippant they are about the value of their own life. Yeah, I'm going to live for another million years anyway, so what difference does 5 make? You're not going to be alive for nearly as long as you think. Yup. Growing up 2 months of vacation felt like an eternity. Now as an adult, I just blinked an eye and 5 years flew past. Your death affects more than just you. 5 years with friends and family has a lot of room for happiness. 5 years without a loved one can seem an eternity. I'm sorry, but no. I would never end my life early for any pet. I wouldn't do it for my dog, although I love her so much. However, I would, without a moment's hesitation, gladly give the rest of my time to my 3-year-old grandson. He was diagnosed with leukemia a few months ago, on New Year's Day. So sorry to hear. No one should have to go through that. I wish the little guy a speedy recovery. Virtual hugs for you and your family. Probably no. Call me heartless for saying this, but I would give that 5 years to my grandma. Joke's on you. She'd probably give those 5 years back to you, along with almost all of the rest of her years on top of that, and then ask if you're hungry and cook for you regardless of your answer. Nope. Because dogs are cool, but at the end of the day, they're still dogs. For real. Dogs are food for plenty of people. I don't see anyone sacrificing years for cow or pigs. You hang out with one of them every day for years, and I bet you grow emotionally attached to them all the same. I absolutely love dogs, but if you answer yes to this question, you probably need some mental health check, because you either dangerously obsessed with your pets, or you value your life way less than you should. Either way, it's not the norm and shouldn't be accepted. I have a very hard time believing the people who answered yes would actually go through with it if they came to terms with their own mortality. This seems like nothing more than a pet lover's idle fantasy. Agreed. I know some people that off the cuff would say yes, but if they had to sign their name in blood to go through with it would choke when they understand the reality of it. Lot of 12-year-olds in this thread. I think it's a combination of young people and maybe people who place less value in their lives than the average person. Depression and self-hate seems to be popular on Reddit. Lots of sad people living alone with their pets, so it makes sense in a way.